Humans of the cardboard, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Tonight we got big reveals for Age of Overlord, the next core set coming to Yu-Gi-Oh! After Duelist Nexus. Very exciting stuff. Two new archetypes actually revealed tonight. I believe this is the first of the two. Diabell Star, I guess, or Tainted Treasure, I guess, is another way the name might be interpreted. I guess it kind of depends. It's one of those weird things where different cards are named different things depending on which ones you're looking at from the archetype. But it's a very small archetype, but it is a real engine, and I think it could actually have some big potential in Yu-Gi-Oh! So let's talk about this. The first monster and the core monster for this little engine is Diabell Star, the Dark Witch. She looks awesome. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be very into her. Is a level 7 Dark Spellcaster, 25, 2000 for the stats. You can only use the first effect of this card once per turn, you can only special summon it with the first effect once per turn, and the second and third effects also hard once per turn. First effect reads, you can special summon this card from your hand by sending one other card from your hand or field to the graveyard. That's already very nice that it is super generic to any card, not monsters, not in archetype cards, not anything, just any monster, spell, trap, on field or in hand gets this card on the field. That's very nice, and that can trigger a lot of things. It makes me think about things like the Cursed Eldland, right? You use it to search, and then it's on the field, and you can just send it with this and get another send for that. That's just like an insane value. Second effect, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can set one Tainted Treasure spell or trap directly from your deck. I think that's also quite good. That is a free +1, and it's every turn that you're able to keep summoning this card, and it sets, so it's not even ashable in any way. That's a pretty good effect as well. That's your +1 effect. And the third effect, if this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard during the opponent's turn, you can send one card from your hand or field to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon this card, which, by the way, will trigger this second effect yet again. So you summon this on your turn, set a spell or trap, then you use this float effect on the opponent's turn, summon it back, and set another card. That's pretty good value that's going to allow you to grind for a couple of turns. For sure. This is a really good card in my opinion. Next up, new spell. We have the Tainted Treasure Hunter Fiend. Very cool. I love it. It's just like a wanted poster. If you look at the artwork here, very cool. It's like a wanted poster of Diabell Star. You can only use the first and second effects of this card once per turn. First effect, add a Diabell Star monster from deck or graveyard to hand. Cool. Just a 1-for-1 gets you to the Dark Witch. That's fine. That's a consistency card there. Second effect, during your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one of your Tainted Treasure spell or traps that is banished or engraved except for itself, and place it on the bottom of the deck, then draw one card. So this helps cycle your engine around while at the same time drawing you a card. That's a pretty damn good card. That's a rota that's getting you a draw later on. That's pretty damn good, and it's a quick play. The only downside to this card is it's a quick play spell in the fact that it gets set off of Diabell Star if that's what you choose to search, and therefore it can't be activated that same turn. So just keep that in mind. Moving on to the next quick play spell. This is Tainted Treasure of Doom, Luciella. This is a quick play spell as well. It can only be activated once per turn. Target a level 7 or higher spellcaster you control. Apply these effects in sequence, so you do get to do both effects. The first one says that monster is unaffected by other monsters' effects this turn, but send it to the graveyard during the standby phase, of the next turn. Second effect, all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls lose attack equal to that monster's attack. Then if any of those monsters' attacks have been reduced to 0 as a result, destroy them. That's actually not terrible, because you're targeting a 2,500 attack point monster. This is like this is almost like a quick effect version of Slifer the Sky Dragon, where you lower your opponent's stats by 2,500 attack on all their monsters, and if any of them hit 0, they're destroyed. That's actually quite good. This does not target. Interesting. This card's actually better than I thought. This could be like a mass Raigeki, essentially, if your opponent doesn't summon anything bigger than 25. Very interesting. Okay, that's better than I thought. And it makes your Diabell Star obviously more annoying to deal with by making it unaffected by the monster effects. Very cool. Okay, here we go. Next up we have Tainted Treasure of Betrayal. This is the last card for this archetype. This is Sylvia. Normal trap, you can only use one of each of its effects once per turn, but you cannot use both in the same turn, so keep that in mind. First effect, send a Diabellstar monster from your hand or face-up field to the grave, then target a face-up card on the field, negate its effects. That's quite a good effect because not only can this just be an imperm, target a monster and negate its effects, but even a normal spell, quick play spell, normal trap that is in the process of activating, you can chain this to those and it will negate them, so they will not resolve. Which is quite good. That's a pretty versatile negate effect. I like that a lot. Plus, of course, sending Diabellstar the Dark Witch will trigger her to summon herself back, getting to set another spell or trap after that. That's pretty damn nice. And the second effect, when your opponent activates a card or effect in response to the activation of your Diabellstar monster's effect or a Tainted Treasure spell or trap card or effect, banish this card from your graveyard and negate that opponent's effects. That's pretty good. I mean, that's probably like the next step up from like targeting effect protection or negation. This is a little better. If they try to respond to just respond to any of your Tainted Treasures or Diabellstar, you're able to negate it. That's pretty nice. Now, it kind of is a bummer that you can't do both in the same turn, so you can't negate something and then get another negate in that same turn, but maybe that's a little bit too strong anyway. Plus, this card banishing itself to do that negation is able to get back from Tainted Treasure, Hunter, Fiend. Not only do you put it back on the bottom of the deck, but then you draw a card as well. That's pretty dang good. All in all, I think this engine's pretty good. It seems like drawing Diabellstar is pretty good. It seems like drawing Hunter, Fiend. So you've got 2 starters, so 6 cards that are kind of starters, and then each of these almost feel like could be a one-off. This could be a good Raigeki interruption in some matchups. This could be a good negation interruption in other matchups. And the fact that your Rhoda puts those cards back, also pretty nice. The only thing I'm going to keep an eye out for going forward is obviously we're going to get more support for this at some point. I'm curious if there's going to be other monsters. I think it's pretty interesting that this lists any Diabellstar monster, not specifically Dark Witch, but she's the only one so far. So we'll have to keep an eye out on if they give us more for that. So very, very cool. Very small 4-card engine, but potent. It doesn't take your normal summon, so this can definitely splash with other engines as an assisting engine. I'm very curious to mess around with that and see if there's any other really cool synergies like that Cursed Outland thing I mentioned. That'll be really cool. But other than that, very, very cool archetype. Small, compact, but pretty good at what it wants to do. So I'm excited to see what people come up with here. Let me know your thoughts down below. I think these are pretty good stuff here. So let me know in the comment section down below your initial thoughts of the Diabellstar or Tainted Treasure archetype on their first drop here. Where do you think they're going to go? What do you want to see for future support? I'd love to hear all that stuff down in the comments. But I am out of here for tonight. Thank you so much for watching as always. Subscribe for more if you want to see be up to date on that. And I think there's another archetype that also got revealed with this. It just hasn't been translated yet. So that will be out in just a few minutes here. So thanks again. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.